I was skating on my skateboard. Then all of a sudden I was laid out flat on the ground, my head bashed on the pavement, and I was bleeding but good. I was not unconscious. Then a warm feeling came over me. I stood up and I was in a classroom in a school I did not recognize. The teacher was standing there and I said, "Yes, Mrs. Jenrad."
"Philip, you are late for class again. What is the reason for this?"
"Well, Miss Jenrad, I was walking to school and I was approached by a pedophile. I kicked him in the groin and ran into the woods. He chased after me, so I jumped on a log and floated down the river rapids, ran up the embankment and ran into the school, and here I am."
"You are lying, Philip. You are exhibiting typical tardo behavior and making up ridiculous excuses for your unforgivable conduct. I want you to put your hand up on my desk and do not move it. Now I will hit you 12 times with my braised wicker stick. Now how?
Oh, my hand is numb. It is bleeding and I think it is broken. What the hell kind of a school is this? Why did you beat me down, bitch?"
"That is inappropriate language to be using with your teacher, Philip. You will be given 7 detentions and 1 classroom cleanup for your actions. We do not tolerate the behavior you are exhibiting at Hawkins Elementary Middle School, young man."
I can't believe this place. I was almost raped or killed and had almost ended up with my picture and bio on the side of a milk carton, and all you can do is punish me for my ordeal. Hey, wait a minute, what did you say was the name of this school?
"This is the Hawkins School of Fine Learning. We cultivate the students here to learn discipline, respect, honor, integrity, and utilize intense, stringent disciplinary tactics in order to accomplish such. Our new principal has implemented the policies he has transferred to us from his assignment as an institution leader at the Juvenile Detention Center in Wattsville, Arkansas. You will behave or you will be physically punished."
I think I am going to get on my cell phone and get my mama to come get me out of here.
"Students here are not allowed to possess cell phones. If you need to contact outside these school walls, you may do so with the permission of the principal or guidance counselor. Now no phones calls for you. I have been grading your assignments and will now give you your totals. Stand at attention and stand straight. Pull up your pants. Underwear sticking out is not allowed at this school. That Justin Bieber haircut is also in breach of school policy. You have 24 hours to adhere or you will be suspended for in-school detention 9 days.
"But Mrs. Jenrad, I only..."
"Quiet, young tardo. You may speak to me only with permission. First, the results of your classes are most disturbing. Calculus of 49, Science, Geology, Astronomy, Biology of 53, Microsoft PowerPoint Presentation Skills of 42, Psychology Skill Level of 4 class. You got only a 28. Terrible, the absolute dumbest student in the class. And finally, in Mechanical Drafting and Architecture, you scored a lowly 25. These are the scores of a very ignorant and lazy individual. Philip, I am ashamed to call you my student. You have been the very worst classmate to your fellow young learners that there is. I will be putting your desk in the back of the room facing the wall, at which time you will also be wearing the dunce cap for the remainder of the school year or until you bring your grade point average up to a suitable level."
"May I speak, Mrs. Jenrad?"
"Permission granted, Philip."
"I have been trying my best with all of my schoolwork, Mrs. Jenrad. I have a hard time at home trying to study because my mother and father fight so much. Books, glasses, plates, furniture, and a lot of other things are thrown when they fight, and I get hit sometimes at the table doing my homework. My dad has a dependence on pharmacy products that are not obtained legally. My mom comes and goes with different men when dad is out trucking for a living. I will try to do better, Mrs. Jenrad."
"Excuses, Philip. Listen to yourself. You make excuses so you can find ways to explain away your incompetency and overall dumbness. You must learn to apply yourself and concentrate on succeeding with your studies. In the meantime, at lunch today, you will stay in the classroom and sweep the floor, empty the trash, and clean the board. And do not ask any of the other children to bring you back any food from the cafeteria. No food is allowed in the classroom."
"How come I am the only one being in trouble, Mrs. Jenradians?"
"Because you are by far the dumbest, most inept failure and procrastinator in this class, Philip. I will be announcing over the intercom tomorrow morning a roll call of all the top students in grade 5. You will of course be omitted from that list. Principal Osgrove has set up chairs in the auditorium for the dumbest children to be displayed on the stage and ridiculed in front of their classmates. Suitable punishment for poor students."
Gee whiz, Mrs. Jenradians, I kind of think that is unfair, all because I am not as smart as some of the other kids.
The fact that you came to school on a skateboard today is yet another matter I have had to deal with. No skateboards are allowed on school property. Section B, page 10 of the school handbook. Your skateboard was confiscated out of your locker by the hallway monitor, sent down to the furnace room, and the janitor has burned it in the incinerator.
Can you help me with this water filtration question on page 18, Miss Jen Radians? I don't understand that word, reverse osmosis.
Workers dig for the answers themselves. I cannot do your work for you.
Can I look the definition up on the computer, please?
You lost your privileges of using the computer when you brought in the worst baked goods item that was at the class Christmas party yesterday.
But my mom made those banana fritters, Mrs. Jenrad. How come I am being blamed for that?
All the other children brought in delicious practical pastries and baked goods, Philip. Your banana fritters were bland, clumpy, and foul to the taste. Unacceptable, unacceptable, unacceptable.
I should just kill myself. If I had a gun, I would blow my head clean up right here in the classroom, or maybe I should shot you, Jen Radians. I could have a Magnum 44. Then you got to ask yourself, do I feel lucky? Well, do I?
That kind of talk will not be used on school grounds. You have just admitted that you are a danger to the other students. Therefore, steps will be taken to have you quarantined from the rest of the school body. I will have you sent down to the psychological nurse's office for a full evaluation. By law, we may detain you for 72 hours till it is determined that you are not a health risk to this school or the other students.
Geez, Crow, you act like I am wearing a trench coat and there is a large bulge coming from under the sleeve. I need to use the restroom. I feel sick and may throw up very soon. Please let me go, Mrs. Jenrad. I tend to puke aloud and cry at the same time. I have gastrical problems I inherited from my surrogate mother.
Be back here in exactly 5 minutes, Philip. Also, that 5 minutes will be extended onto your school day here, so you do not miss any learning time on these unorthodox problems you have. Now go and be prompt. I have things to do besides spend all my time on your miserable needs.
Hi again, Mrs. Jenrad. I am back within the 5 minutes you allotted me. Wow, man, now I am sounding like her. Well, it is obvious to all by now, when we kids come home and tell our parents how overbearing, unfair, mean and nasty the teachers and hall monitors are to us, that we are the simple truth victims, just victims of the unfair, unprofessional people society forces on us every day. At show, everything you have just seen is true, only the names were changed to protect the guilty teachers and staff.
Philip, your mind is wandering again. It is more likely that you have lied about being late, broke rules, riding skateboard, failed classes as a result of laziness, and are the child type that will not follow suit with the other students and progress, so you do things your way, disrespect the hall monitors with attitude and filthy language never to be used with an adult by a child. Then there are, of course, the things and stunts you pull with your friends that no one ever even finds out about.
I am misunderstood. Just because my friends and I ride our bikes and talk and swear to each other is not a big deal. Either is that security guard kicking us out of that industrial park that we set up skid and boards to skateboard on, so we go to McDonald's and make excessive noise and leave us mess. It is a public place and our parents are not there, so it is okay. Then he pushed a shopping cart into a car when I was going to fast on my skateboard in the shopping parking lot. The guy was a jerk about it. Where else could we go? The food store guy yelled us off the sidewalk in front of the store. Just because some people complained, then it looked like it was our fault.
Most of the other students here, and I mean most, Philip, adhere to the concept that they are brought here to learn and to become better, more productive members of the community, but you, however, find this to be a dull and empty way to spend your time. Well, I don't think so, young man. Your spitballs, cheeky comments, funny noises you make when my back is turned on, distractions, and even sleeping or falling asleep while instructions are going on is long over. Long over, Tardo.
You know, if I want to, I can just cut class. I can deface books with pen marks and rips. I can dent and bend locker doors. I can trip people in the hall. I can even tell you that is the tackiest whore-looking, slutty, cheap, fake animal jacket I have ever seen. With now, Mrs. Jenrad.
The superintendent will sign papers for you to be admitted to military school where you will be rehabilitated. No, please, no, I will be good. No, no, please, no, anything but discipline. I need Johnny Cochran. Call my parole officer. Help.